There's a difference.
Secrets.
I tell you a lot of my secrets. All right,
tell
so
you all of mine.
Kenny
Yes.
was a McDonald's worker. Now, what were you? The hamburger fryer? Were you drive-through?
My name was not Hamburger Fryer.
Okay.
Just want to clear that up before we go any further. When I got hired, it was at a strange time in Medford McDonald's where they only needed people to do the cooking. So I was never trained on cashier. So I
actually
have
cooked?
no idea how to work a cash register at McDonald's.
Okay.
Now, we did have a drive-through, so sometimes I was second window. Now, first window is where
Second
you
window's
make you
better,
pay,
yeah.
And second window is where I give you food, and then when you get really anxious
So
about
again,
your
no
sauces,
cash
and I give you the
register.
sauce. Yeah, so no sauce. I mean, no cash register.
Okay.
Sometimes people would get to the second window and say, hey, can I have a 4-piece McNugget too, because I'm really hungry.
People would do that?
Yeah, it's actually really disgusting. So I was most of the time, about 100%, I worked on the grill, and it's called working grill. It's just basically what it's called. So I would go into work. Now, and I did that about, I would say, good 60% of the time. I unloaded the truck about 35% of the time, and then I did second window for 5% of the time.
So how do you actually cook a McDonald's hamburger?
So what happens is we'll start from unloading the truck, because that's where the whole
the magic happens?
System starts.
Okay.
So the truck would come on Tuesdays and Fridays.
At what time?
At 6 p.m.
Okay.
So I'd work from 6 to 10:30 on Tuesdays and Fridays every week. And it was pretty awful, because sometimes the truck would be late because it would be in traffic. So then you'd be like there until midnight. You'd have to stay late because the truck wasn't there. But they'd make you clock out at 10:30 because that's when your shift ends and you're 16 years old, so you can't be there. They did illegal things.
McDonald's illegal employment practices.
Oh, yeah. It's not news. It's not
Expose.
news. They keep doing it.
It is news to me.
Well, yeah,
okay.
Luckily, it's news to you. So anyway, the truck would arrive, and most of the time, it would arrive in the rain. Just want to clear that up.
Just as a nice little present for you.
Yep, or the snow. The snow was the worst. So what you do is you'd unload the truck, good 7 or 8, 9, 10 pallets of just stuff, from McGriddles to bags that you have to put away. And you'd start with the freezer materials. So you'd take the freezer materials and you push this really heavy cart, and you try your hardest to get it inside this door frame, which was barely big enough for it. So you and your partner would try and shove this thing inside the door, and then you have to take it into the freezer, which is set at negative something degrees, and you have to work in this negative degree freezer and put away all the materials. So you put away all the burgers and the nuggets and the chicken patties and everything else, and then you go to the fridge. It's connected to the freezer. It's a little warmer, and that's where you put your salads and your dressings and your things like that. So from there, you go to the basement and you put away the bags and the.
And how much volume of stuff did they get every week?
It is a lot.
Insane amount. Because imagine people go to McDonald's every day. What they order.
I have to put it away. That's used to have to put it away.
Okay.
That used to be my life. I just want you to know that. That used to be my life.
Well, look how far you've come from that.
Look how far.
Speaking of, you had to do that. You had to.
You had to do it.
And then you find your way.
In the car.
Yep.
And go to the movies. So there you go. That's all I need.
Just as you get older.
Yeah.
You got to do more because your expenses are more.
Exactly. So that's what I would do. And then from there, to cook it, you'd have to grab from the freezer, the beef patty.
It's like
there's a good stack.
Explain the patty. Like you could throw it against a brick wall and it wouldn't.
It would shatter.
Move.
Actually, it was so frozen that if you took the beef patty and threw it as hard as you could against the wall, it would shatter.
So very, very frozen.
Yeah, so what would happen? It'd come in a box of 60.
Okay.
Not that big, but kind of heavy, and like you'd pick them up in big stacks, like they were all frozen together. You'd have to smack them against the grill. They'd come apart. You'd lay them down.
Do you wear gloves?
Yes.
Okay.
2 sets.
2 sets of gloves.
2 sets of gloves, and you'd lay them down by 8s, apparently, and then you'd close the grill. It's automatic. The grill times itself automatically.
Nothing.
Hold on.
Okay.
We're not there yet.
I'm anxious.
And so the grill would pop up. Then you season.
What do you season with?
They just give you it comes on the truck. I don't know.
Season.
And then you take them 8 go in a tray. So that's why you do by 8s. So you do stacks of 4.
What's a tray?
Oh, well, I'm going to explain it. Now, there are these things called trays that go in this little mini heater. Let's say it's up on this wall right in front of me, okay?
Okay.
So there's 4 trays, 1, 2, 3, 4, all filled with your regular patties.
Irregular patties.
Your regular patties.
Oh, regular.
Regular, not irregular.
Okay.
Your regular one.
He goes, yeah, regular. Sounds like irregular.
All right.
You New Yorker.
You have your Angus patties or your quarter pounder patties.
They offer Angus beef at McDonald's?
They used to, yeah.
Not
and then
anymore.
your mushrooms. And then next to it is the grilled chicken for the Angus mushroom and Swiss.
They do not have that anymore.
They used to, yeah. When I was there, back in, who knows, 2010.
Yeah.
Something. And then
should bring that back.
They just got rid of it, actually, just recently. Like last year, I think.
Okay.
And then your grilled chicken, and I don't remember what was in the other two, which is actually bothering me.
Mystery meat.
Yeah, mystery meat. Let's go with mystery meat. I know at one point the McRib was down there. I actually have a Facebook picture.
Do we have a throw up?
The last McRib ever sold in Medford McDonald's. I'm in that picture. Not proud of it.
Okay.
Yeah. So what would happen is there'd be timers on all these trays. So when they'd go off, hypothetically, you'd throw them away and make new ones. But what happens is you reset the timer.
So these old burgers are staying in there? Why? Because you're not making more?
Old burgers. Let's say if I had the 4 trays of 8, right? So that's 32 patties.
Yeah.
I know math. And only 12 people came. I would have remade 1 tray. Then I'd have 1 tray with 4 left.
So you're really not going through more than those? Some days you do,
some days you do, some days you don't.
So they just reheat all the time. Now, don't tell me next day they're still there and you sell them.
No. At the end of the night, you throw everything away.
You don't get to keep any of that? Like you as an employee could
When I first started, you got to keep it, which was really awful for my diet and my family's
I could
diet.
imagine.
But at the end, but towards the middle and the end of my tenure there, they wouldn't let us keep it.
Tenure he's using, ladies and gentlemen. He just said tenure in referring to his job at McDonald's.
Yep.
So that's where we're at today on this Wednesday Yappy Hour, everybody.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you were just patties. You weren't in charge of fries, nuggets.
No, fries was a whole different set. And now every McDonald's is set up differently. You know. So
yeah, they're so unique, McDonald's. You're right. It's not a mass production of fast food burgers.
All right, Allie.
I'm sorry. I have a personal thing against fast food.
Yeah, I can tell. No,
except Chick-fil-A. Chick-fil-A is the best. And I'm just making that PSA.
You like Chick-fil-A.
Love Chick-fil-A.
Oh, come on.
So good.
You are a social injusticer.
I don't know what you mean by that.
Chick-fil-A does not support homosexuals.
Chick-fil-A will serve to anybody. You want to get into this conversation right now? I will defend Chick-fil-A.
I can tell.
I could do it in the same sentence as defending gay people. Chick-fil-A will serve anybody regardless of their sexual orientation, their race, ethnicity, anything. But you cannot ask someone that has said, I am a Christian, I am a devout Christian, I believe everything that's in the Bible, then you can't just ask him his personal opinion on gay people and be surprised by his answer.
No, I agree.
Or be outraged by his answer.
I mean,
it's like basically, I'm not equating it. I'm not equating the owner of Chick-fil-A to a priest, but he's holy and they're holy. But it'd be like asking a priest what you believe and then being outraged when they don't tell you what you want to hear.
I agree.
So I'm all for equal rights for all citizens, and I'm all for Chick-fil-A, and I think they can coexist together.
Do you?
Yep.
Wow. Allie is...
The funny story about Chick-fil-A is my grandparents live in Milledgeville, Georgia, which is the tiniest town you've never heard of.
That sounds really tiny.
But if you've seen the movie, this is an aside, Pretty Woman with Julia Roberts.
Never seen it.
Never?
No.
When she gets into the car, she's the streetwalker.
Okay.
She gets in the car, you ask her where she's from, and she says Milledgeville, Georgia.
No way.
I swear.
Really?
So.
Oh, that's fun.
They live in Milledgeville, Georgia. When all of this hoopla about Chick-fil-A was happening, there was going to be a sit-in, a kiss-in or something where the only lesbian couple in the town was going to go and make out in Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
It was like I think it was a national thing where everybody, if they were gay, were going to go and they're going to sit in the restaurant and kiss each other just as a statement. So my grandparents were like, we got to go. We got to go watch this. We got to see it. We got to go to Chick-fil-A that day because there was just one couple because everyone in this town.
Right.
So I think they were.
And there wasn't like animosity towards this couple, right? They were like were widely accepted.
So. Yeah. I don't know, but it was just funny.
Interesting.
You have to go and see it.
That is kind of cool.
Scandalous.
Now it doesn't quite lead into my next topic.
Just do some random
I'm gonna jump.
segue.
Segues are weird.
Jump away.
I was thinking the other day. I was thinking in the shower the other day.
Yep.
And I lie a lot. I lie to
You're
people.
a huge liar, and I can confirm this.
I lie to my friends. I lie to my family.
Kenny lies as a hobby. It's
I lie.
enjoyable to you.
I lie a lot, and I don't know if it's a problem. If I need to see somebody about it.
I think it's a problem. I don't know you need to see someone, but you need to correct it.
I do have a thing. I don't know what it is. I don't know why. Just ever since I was a kid, I've always just lied. It was always easier than the truth. And I know, like, the whole snowball thing, and then eventually this is one big lie. I like it. I like the story that I create for myself. It's
so
more
do you
fun.
live in a false reality?
I think so. We'll get that. I need to see somebody about.
That you need to see somebody about.
But I think it's just kind of, like, lying is easy. To me, it's easy. I don't
But
sweat.
then you have to remember what you've said.
Right, and I do.
Not always.
I like it.
Not
did I
always.
forget once?
Yep.
Are you calling me out on a lie?
When I told you about the iPad and you said 30 people were registered, and I got so excited, and you were like, I said that? I don't remember saying that.
Yeah, no,
I told so many people Kenny's lied. So I'm a liar.
No, you're a liar,
And I told you this, so you're not even
You've lied
this
as well.
conversation.
Yeah, probably not. I probably get it from my parents. I'm not calling them liars, but I'm sure they've done their fair
I'm
share
not
of lying.
calling them liars.
But so I was thinking in the shower the other day, and I had just recently lied to somebody pretty blatantly, just like they were saying, "Hey, nice brown shoes," and I was like, "No, they're purple."
No, what was the lie? I want to know what it was. Do you have to
Somebody
wait till
asked
the
me-
break to tell me?
Somebody asked me if I could go somewhere, and I said, "Yeah,"
But you can't.
when I was nowhere near available. Like, not even
Not in the
close.
realm of available.
I wasn't in the same state. They were
As available.
Yeah, they were like, "Hey, can you come here at this time tomorrow?" And I said, 100%. Yeah, without a doubt, I'll be there. Knowing fully, like, not even like one of those things where you're like, yeah, and then you're, oh, whoops. No, 100%. I knew not even close would I be available.
And you said yes.
And I said, yeah. And then that person got mad at me when I didn't show up, and I was like, oh, dude, I totally forgot.
But
not
you
my
didn't
fault.
forget. You were doing
But I didn't
something.
forget. I knew that I wasn't going to be there. So it was
Honey,
never
you're
even
a liar.
I know. I'm admitting it. I'm
He
telling
doesn't
you.
even take that negatively.
I'm
As I'm
okay.
sitting here looking into his eyes going, you are a liar, he doesn't find that offensive.
Nope. I don't.
I think he thinks it's a term of endearment.
Thank you, Allie.
You're a liar.
Yeah, so then, and so that's how my break got started. That's how my Easter break got started.
On a good
I was
note.
celebrating the resurrection of Jesus Christ by lying to my friends.
Okay.
And then the next day, something really weird happened to me.
Bad karma.
A number texted me. I have no idea who it was. Just a random number. And he said, "Hey, am I working for you tomorrow?" Now, this is when most people say, "Who are you? Am I supposed to be working tomorrow?
You didn't.
And where do I need to be?"
You didn't.
But I decided
Oh my
it'd
god.
be more fun to just say, yeah, right? And just see where the
No.
conversation went. Now, I have the conversation I'm going to read.
You have to read this. This is great.
And I'm kind of like, I don't know if I'm upset about it or if I'm really happy that it happened. I just need to find it because it was a while ago. Here it is. Okay, so on Saturday at 5:01 p.m., this random number texted me and says, "You need off tomorrow night." And I said, "This is where it gets weird."
Wait. Okay. He said, "Am I working for you tomorrow?" You said, "Yeah." He said, "You need off tomorrow night?"
Yeah, tomorrow night.
Okay,
And I
right.
said-
As why he would be working
Yes.
for you. Okay.
Now, at this point, I have no idea who this person is. Could be a boy, could be a girl, could be transgender, could be
Yeah.
a dog with, really funky
Opposable
paws.
thumbs.
And I say, "Yeah, how about you cover me tomorrow, and I'll take you out for drinks on Friday." Because I'm playing the game now. Now I'm playing a really fun game.
Oh my god, I like this. Okay.
And this person texts me back, what was it? 1 minute later, like right on the
You
money.
can see them typing.
Yes. And goes, "Whatever you need, man. Tomorrow night if you need, right?" And I go, "All right. Now this guy's like avoiding my drinks question. I want to get drinks with this guy."
Yeah.
So I go,
How do you know it's a guy?
"Well, I don't know."
I think saying man though. is
Yeah,
a
I
guy.
think that kind of gave it away. And I go, "Yeah, you want to hit up the movies tonight, man?" Just
I
asking
thought he
him.
was working for you.
No, tonight. Now,
Oh,
he's
that's
working
for
for me
tomorrow.
tomorrow.
But tonight
I'm
you
asking
guys
him
could
if
go
he
to
would
the movies.
want to go to the movies.
Okay.
And then he says, "Nah, that's weird." And I said, "Dude, why? It's not that weird." And he goes, "Nah, too late." And I didn't text him back after that because I figured that was a good place to end it.
Yeah.
Then he texted me the next day.
No, he didn't.
The night he was working for me.
Yeah.
And he goes, so am I working or what? And I just go, yeah.
Oh
Now that's at 9:18 p.m. So
Yeah.
I don't know where this hypothetically could have been an EMT who needed coverage.
Okay,
that
I would hope if it was
totally
an EMT, they're
just
not
ruined.
just doing by
Now,
text.
what gets funkier
Oh no.
is
Kenny, this went too far.
at 10:45 he calls me.
Did you answer?
No.
You
'cause
should
I
have.
recognize the number. I'm now he didn't leave a message, so what happened was
He heard your voicemail.
he heard my voicemail and automatically thought to himself, "Holy hell."
This guy messed with me.
Yeah. So, my question to you is, what is the biggest lie you've ever told?
That's
Because
your biggest
that
lie?
one was fun.
That's your
Not
biggest?
my biggest
Oh
lie. That
my
was the most fun,
Lord.
though.
I will answer your question with a story. So I also, like most children, I think, had an affinity for lying.
Mhm.
Kids tell stories. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess it's fun for them. Some people never grow out of that, like yourself.
Enough.
Some people do, like myself. But I can pinpoint the reason and the exact moment when I stopped lying and became what I consider a very honest
Uh-oh.
person.
You got caught.
I tell an occasional white lie. Everybody
got
does.
caught.
And this is terrible, and if this teacher is listening, we'll just see. We'll let the story play out. So,
boy.
second grade, I had a teacher. She was a real pill. She had favorite students, and she had students she
Okay.
didn't like, and she
You were
let favorite
not
students
liked.
pick out of the jar. No, I wasn't, because my brother ruined that for me, because he was older, and all the
Hey,
teachers
we've all been there.
thought he was
haven't we?
mischievous. So, she didn't like me. I was desperately wanted to be liked by her. We had this project where we were building a house for somebody in need, and if you brought in $1, you got to give it to the teacher, say, I want this to go towards the house, and you got to paste a brick onto the
Oh.
house as $1.
Nice.
So I got $50
Oh
for
my
my birthday from my
goodness.
aunt, and I was like, this is when Miss Kowaleski's going to like me. I'm going to give the $50 to the house, and she's going to like me, and it's doing a good thing. So I gave her the
Aw.
$50, and I got to glue on 50 bricks onto the
That's
house.
so
And like,
cool.
what a nice thing. I'm in second grade. What do
Yeah,
I need
you
50
love
bucks
those
for? But
bricks.
she goes to my parents and thought it was so wrong that I would give $50 and what a show off, and turned it into something negative. So that's just the kind of person that she was. But anyway, I digress. We were studying immigrants.
You show off.
We're studying immigrants, and we're learning about green cards. And one of the things about green cards is you have to have it on your person at all times so that the alien can show any officer, anybody, that they are allowed to be in this country. So we had the exercise of we were all going to carry green cards. There's a contest that you had to at all times have your green card on you, but like you're in second grade. I
Right.
wore jumpers to school, so I didn't have a pocket, and you don't really carry anything. So I was like, you had to keep it on you, and whoever was the last one to have their green card won the whole thing. I was like, I'm going to keep my green card in my sock.
Nice.
Keep it in my sock, right? Like
Yeah.
at all times, it's never going to fall out. That's what I did for weeks. Then one day I got home from school and I took off my Mary
Oh,
Janes and I
no.
took off my white socks, and my green card was nowhere to be found.
Oh, that's upsetting.
So I lost
That's
it
actually
somewhere.
really depressing.
It was sad. So I was freaking out. You know me, like the perfectionist, good at
Yeah.
school. Like, what am I going to do? So I
You-
go to the school the next day, and we're in the hallway. I'll never forget this. We're in the hallway, and Miss Kowaleski walks up to me and says, Allie, let me see your green card. And I launch into this huge
my
story about what happened to my green card, and I have this hamster, and this is his
What?
name. I didn't have a hamster. This is his name, and my brother, who's so mean because she knew him, thought that would be like a good edit to the story, fed my green card to my hamster because he thought it would be funny, and I was so upset, and I have no hamster.
That's hilarious.
I finished the whole story. I have an audience. All the kids are listening.
She has
The
it.
whole 64
Oh,
kids
no.
and her are all in the hallway, and she goes, well, that's really funny about your green card and your hamster, because I found your green card in the hallway yesterday. And she presents my green card to me. What do you do?
Awful.
As a liar, what do you say then? I had nothing
I go.
to say.
I have no shame, so I immediately say, "Well, you got me."
I was 8.
Well,
I
at
just
8
looked
years
at her,
old, I would have just
and I was like,
sweat.
I don't
Just
think I said
sweat.
anything, so she didn't say anything, and we moved on with our day. Then we were in the computer lab. I'll never forget this.
It's not over?
No.
Oh, my gosh.
Because she was mean.
Well, okay, Allie,
Later.
you told her that your hamster ate your green card.
I was 8. She's a grown woman. She takes the opportunity in computer class as we're all typing away or we're doing Mavis speaking or we're doing something, which, by the way, I'm a great typer, and that's because Mavis speaking.
Ooh.
She goes, you know what, Allie? You're a liar.
Ah!
She said that in front of the whole class.
That's awful.
She goes, you're a liar. You have a problem. And she lectured me in front of the whole class. And to this day, can you see how it still affects me?
Yes.
I try my
Well,
best not to
Miss
lie.
Kowaleski?
So you need some Miss
Got
Kowaleski
through to you.
in your life.
I will say, okay.
Biggest lie ever told.
I've been caught a few times. A few hundred times.
Oh, I have another big lie.
Yeah. We tell lies. People tell lies.
All of mine are
See-
from childhood, Kenny. All of mine. Again, mine had to do with my mom. It was from childhood. I carried it on for a
You
while.
know what happens to people? They lose their creativity.
Or they gain morals.
Lying is creative. I am a very moral person.
Okay.
But
so
I
do you
lie.
think lying is wrong?
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. Am I wrong when I do it? Yeah.
But you know
Do I
it, so that's
care?
why you think you're moral.
Yes.
Okay. I see your point.
Me too.
That was fun. That was funny.
That was.
So, green card.
Yeah, no, you're wild. You are wild.
Wild and crazy.
I've
still never had a hamster.
the biggest lie, other than the weird texting that I've been doing.
Yep.
I had a classmate. Well, I got a watch for my for Christmas once, and I was young, and it was the first watch I ever had, and I loved it. It was a watch, and it told time, and that was so interesting.
As
to me.
watches sometimes do.
Yes, and so what I did was I wore it every day forever, and
Forever.
and I would not take it off in gym class, and I would throw it around, and it was like, cause kids throw things, you throw them up, you catch it, you throw it up, you catch it. And after gym class one day, I took it off my wrist, and I threw it up in the air, and I caught it. And then my gym teacher said, you know what happens when you throw a watch, son? Mr. Lowe. And I said, what? He says, you get to watch time fly. And I thought that was funny. So I continued to throw my watch in the air, and I'd catch it. I threw my watch in the air, and I'd catch it. I threw my watch in the air, and it fell to the ground, and it broke.
Ugh.
And I was really sad, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I did it to myself. But I got home, and I don't know why. I mean, this is when I was bad. I was like 8, 7, 8.
This is when I'm
This is like
changing
green
my
cardish,
ways.
but it's worse than that
Green
because I went up
cardish.
to my mother crying because my watch was broken. I said, Bobby Parinello broke my watch. Real name, real person.
Yeah.
And I to this day I feel awful because my mom called the school called his mom. It was a week-long fiasco of him saying, no, I didn't break your watch, and me saying, yes, you did. And I don't know why I did it.
Did no one see you break it?
No.
Not the gym teacher?
No, he was gone. He was strolling around. And I had no idea why I kept doing this to this child until one day I was like, Mom, I broke my watch. It wasn't him. And
You
she was like,
finally
Are
came
you
clean.
like kidding me? Like, she was livid. I've never seen my mother so angry. And she called the school, and they...
Did you have to apologize
I
to
had
poor
to
Bobby?
apologize to poor Bobby.
Were you
He
ever
forgave
friends?
me right away.
What an angel.
He was a night. Well, you know what? He was a bit of a bully.
Okay, then good. Okay.
And so he was my target because he was the bully.
Maybe that was your way of implementing social change. You wanted to dethrone
I'm more
him.
of a justice giver, I like to say.
Right.
So I gave him justice.
Okay.
Yeah. And then one time I cheated on a social studies test and still got the answer wrong. So there's that.
Oof.
I slid the notebook under my shirt and everything, got into the bathroom, read it, spelled it wrong.
Well,
Kapoosh.
that's just funny.
That's awful.
The other big lie I can think of is, do you remember AOL? Who
Yes.
doesn't remember AOL? We never had AOL. You could get AIM. You could download AIM for free off of
Did you put down a
AIM.
fake away message?
I don't know. No. But we never paid for AOL. We had a different service. We didn't have like the dial-up with the
Right.
Roadrunner and everything. We had something else. And I wanted AOL because all my friends had it and whatever. And you could do a free 30-day trial. So I said, perfect.
There it is.
I don't understand this. So
Oh, God.
I was like, but it's free, but they're asking for my parents' credit card. I don't understand because after the 30 days, then you start to get charged.
Yeah.
So, of course, I sneak into my mom's purse, and I got her credit card, and I signed up for AOL, and it was
I've noticed.
fantastic. And then, of course, I can't keep track of 30 days, so I go past the 30 days.
Of course.
Then my mom notices we're paying for AOL. And she wonders, why are we paying for AOL? So she gets to the bottom of it. She confronts me. I go, Mom, I don't know how that happened. She goes, well, did you have to give a credit card? I go, no. Didn't have to give a credit card, and I was sticking to that. She goes, Allie, there's no way you could sign up for this without giving a credit card. I go, Mom, I swear to you. And at this point, I had repented from the green card, and I was not a liar. This was years later, and I had great track record. And my mom's like, she's not lying. I just believe her. So she calls AOL. She's fighting with AOL, and my daughter says she didn't use a credit card. There's no way, blah, blah, blah. It's going on and on. My mom's starting to see that there really was no way without me giving the credit card. So she starts to ask me, okay, Allie, like, I believe you and I will stand by you, but we might have to take this to court, and there's going to be witnesses involved. Like, you're going to have to get on the stand, and it's gonna be a nightmare. And I stood by that for a little while. I was like, okay, all right. And then later I went to her. I said, I can't go to court. I used your card. I'm so sorry. But now that I'm older, I'm like, good tactic. Like, I was scared I'm going to have to get up on the witness stand.
There, but she did.
Allie Madonna versus AOL.
Yeah, you would not have won. I'm going to be honest with you. You probably would not have been able to pull that one off.
Yeah, I didn't think so either. So I came clean. So that was another big one. But not a liar, generally.
Not a liar. Well, that makes one of us.
But I will say, I think everyone's a liar to get out of
Everybody's
plans.
a liar.
They make things up like, oh, no, sorry, I feel really sick, I can't go, when they're not sick. That I don't consider a lie.
Oh, really? Then I'm only kind of a liar.
Because you do that all the time?
I do that all the time.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. We should break. We should go to a break. Let's go to a break.
We should. Too much yapping today. My throat is dry.
Too much yapping. Yes, it's 4:40, so we'll be back. We'll do a little catch up for our Easter break.
One more segment.
And then we'll get out of here. All right?
Yep.
This is the Yappy Hour with Allie and Ken. We'll be right back.
There's a light, certain kind of light that never shone on me. I want my life to be lived with you, lived with you. There's a way, everybody say, to do each and every little thing. But what does it bring if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you, baby, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. In my brain, I see your face again, and I know my frame of mind. You ain't gotta be so blind, and I'm blind. Yeah, I'm blind. I'm a man. I'm a man. Can't you see what I am? And I live and breathe for you. Oh, what does it do if I ain't got you? If I ain't got you. If I ain't got you. If I ain't got you. You don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. Oh, baby, you don't know what it's like. Yeah, you don't know what it's like. Yeah, you don't know what it's like. Baby, you don't know what it's like to love somebody, to love somebody the way I love you. To love somebody the way I love you.
Oh, welcome back to the Yappy Hour with Allie and Ken.
We were talking celebs at the break, and so we're going to segue.
Yes.
I was saying segue and segment at the same time, so segme.
Segme.
Just similar to gruel. Are you familiar with gruel?
Oh, what's a gruel?
It's from Mean Girls, and she started to say great, and then she said cool. She said gruel.
See, I've only watched that movie once.
Blasphemy.
I know. And I honestly, the only thing I know is that you don't even go here.
She doesn't even go here.
Doesn't even go here.
I could quote Mean Girls. That's what we'll do next show. I'll just do a
You'll
whole
just quote
rendition
Mean
of
Girls?
Mean Girls. My
Alright.
friends challenged me recently to speak only in Mean Girl quotes one
How'd you
night,
do?
and I did really well.
Proud
They
of
were
you.
all impressed. They were like, okay, you can stop now.
All right. Good for you.
So, let's talk
Yes.
celebrities who were rich before they were famous. Now, let me pose this before we go through this list. Do you think it was easier for them to become famous because they
yeah.
had means?
That's how it goes.
Because everything's easier when you have means?
Yes.
I agree.
Not being mean to people who have means, not judging, but everything's a little easier.
Yeah.
It's hard not to do well.
Right.
And I learned
Well,
that actually
because
in my,
you can take risks because
Yes,
you have
yes,
money to
I
fall
learned
back
that
on.
in my inequality and democracy class, which I took last semester, which is very interesting.
Yeah,
If you want to come back for another semester, you just take that one.
I do.
Um,
Don't tempt me.
It was very interesting because it showed that the smartest poor people got less opportunities than the dumbest rich people.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And there was a graph that pretty much, I mean, I'm kind of changing the words a little bit to make it sound easier, but that's basically what it said. So we'll take a look at some,
Number one on the list.
yes, celebs who were rich before they got famous.
I was a little surprised by this. Some of these I'd heard, but Taylor Swift, number one.
Yeah, and you were saying that you knew that her dad was
I knew
a
her dad
banker?
was a financial somebody. I think because some of these people on this list are billionaires, and some of
This
these
will be the
people,
longest
when
segment
they
ever
say
on Ustream, by the way.
Mike's gonna hate you,
Yeah.
she seems to be well off.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting from this. Her dad comes from a long line of investment bankers, and he's a financial advisor for Merrill Lynch. So I think I knew, knowing her backstory, her mom didn't work, and her dad was this corporate financier.
Now here's
so.
one that is a little closer to home for us, Anderson Cooper.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. He is one of the Vanderbilts, grandson of Reginald and Gloria Vanderbilt, who were socialites. He was this famous millionaire.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, close to home in that what he does, and close to home in that New York City, the Vanderbilts are very prominent. So that was shocking to me, but they have this caveat at the end. He does not announce his wealthy upbringing, tries to make a name for himself with his own.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Anderson Cooper does not scream Vanderbilt,
Yeah.
when you hear it.
But he's regal looking.
Lana Del Rey. That's
even
interesting to me. I didn't.
Yeah, that actually I
'cause
skipped over that
I've
one.
I've only become familiar with her recently,
Yeah.
based on just a few of her songs that I enjoy. Not even all of them, just a few of them. So I had no idea.
Yeah.
Like not even a little bit.
Now Quincy Jones or Rashida Jones, I knew
Yes.
because Quincy Jones is her father.
Love Rashida Jones. One of
Yeah,
the to
I've
me,
started
one of the
watching-
most underrated actresses.
Do you think?
around.
I've just started watching Parks and Rec.
She's very
and
okay.
I
Yeah,
like
she's
her a
funny in Parks and Rec. Even though she has a very minimal role in, I believe, The Social Network, she's even
Yes,
she's
the
good
lawyer.
there. What was that movie with Adam Sandberg?
Andy Samberg.
Yes, Adam Sandberg.
I think I know which one you're talking about. Where are they
they're dating and then they break up, but then the dating.
Yes, and
that
he's
whole
got
thing.
some man cave thing. Yes, I remember this movie.
Jesse and Celeste Forever. Celeste and Jesse. Jesse and
What is
Celeste.
it?
Celeste and Jesse Forever. I'm gonna Google it.
I don't think that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh, what are
Moving
you
on the
thinking?
list, Julia Louis-Dreyfus from Seinfeld comes from a line of billionaires, which I didn't know.
Really? Now she honestly gives off that vibe.
Yeah,
She
I'm
looks
not
like
her
a rich
favorite.
person.
She's
I
not my favorite.
Love her.
Do you?
She is hilarious.
See, she's not my favorite.
and she's very pretty for an older woman.
Yeah.
Very
I
attractive
agree.
to me. And also, Celeste and Jesse Forever is the name of the movie I was thinking of. What were you? Do you know? What you're
Turn that
thinking of?
around. Let me see.
Oh, let me click. Let me get it.
Also on this list, Adam
image for you.
Levine.
I mean,
His
how else do
family
you think
has
you
an
got all the
upscale
tattoos? you know?
clothing company.
Kind of nothing.
I don't know.
Not clicking.
I think maybe a long time ago I saw it. I can't
All right.
remember. So that's mostly the list of people that really.
Yeah.
you'd think about. So
Wild.
interesting.
I
I
think-
wish I were a rich celebrity and we wouldn't have the problem that we started the show
We'd
with.
be fine, wouldn't we? Let me tell you a little anecdote. No, it's not an anecdote. It's more of a story. But it's fun. I was at home over Easter break because that's where people go.
Yep.
And I was home alone on Monday afternoon.
Easter Monday.
Easter Monday. Because we had off and I didn't feel like coming back yet. So I was going to get one more free meal at home and then I was going to come back.
Yep.
So I'm at home and there's leftover Chinese food from 2 nights before. And I'm saying to myself, okay, it's time. It's lunchtime. It's leftover Chinese right now. Here we go. So I get it out of the fridge and I put it on the plate and I put it in the microwave and I'm ready to go. And then I'm thinking to myself, how long exactly should I put this in for? Now my dog, who is normally outside, is running around the house because he's feeling a little, frisky today. And he's just running around. He jumps up on the countertop and he's sniffing around. And I'm like, how long should I put this in for? And he doesn't answer because he's a dog. But he runs around again. I'm just watching him. And I'm thinking to myself, if I put this in too short, the chicken's going to be cold.
Mm-hmm.
And if I put it in for too long, it's going to be way too hot. Normal microwave things. And he's running around and he jumps up again and his paw hits the 2. And I was like, all right, 2 minutes. So I put it in for 2 minutes. It was the perfect temperature.
So dogs
He
know.
didn't even try and eat it, which was different for him.
Wow.
He stayed away. He knew because he cooked it for me.
Your dog made your Chinese food.
Yep.
That's a funny title for something.
Yeah.
My dog cooked me Chinese food.
He did. He legitimately said 2 minutes, stop. He was annoyed with me.
Yeah.
He was like, what are you doing?
He knew better than you.
Cook it.
All right. Well, there you have it,
And there's that.
folks.
That's the
If
happy
you want to
hour.
know?
Now
Ask
you
your
know.
dog.
If you want to know,
That's
ask
our
your dog.
policy on this show.
Boom. All right?
We will see
We
you
have
next week. Let the waterworks. I cried a little before the show.
Are we
So,
gonna cry during the show? next week?
Maybe. You'll just have to wait and see, everybody.
Okay, because if you cry, I can't physically not do it.
Well, I teared up earlier and you didn't cry.
Because I knew you were gonna be okay, kind of thing.
I don't know that I'm going to be okay.
Well, I do. I'm confident in you.
I appreciate it.
You are my inspiration.
Aw.
I mean it.
Save it for next week.
I'll save it for next week, and we'll get all sappy. Oh, that'll be fun. We'll do a sappy yappy hour.
Sappy Yappy Hour
Sappy
next
Hour.
week. I love it.
Sappy hour.
All right, let's go then.
We'll see you
We're
then.
getting too sappy.
This has been the Yappy
Save
Hour
the
with Alan and
sappy.
Ken. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.